Welcome to my bookshelf tour. Every single book I have read and I love them, and I know my shelves are very eccentric. They're personalized for me, so if you don't love it, that's fully understandable. But I do, and that's all that matters. So let's get started. On the top shelf, I have some plushies. Over here is my full set of Maze Runner and 2 Littlest Pet Shops and some more plushies. Going down a shelf, in this corner, there's only movies, DVDs, lots of bookmarks, tons of Teen Wolf. So I have the full Teen Wolf set. I have an addiction to Teen Wolf. It's slightly a problem. I've seen it like 8 times. Amazing. Up at the top is a Pocahontas film strip that I got from film class. We have a lot of bookmarks, some My Little Ponies, and a Littlest Pet Shop. Moving to the right, over here in this corner, we have 2 dragons protecting my Grimm's Fairy Tales collection. I'm reading the first one, so that's why it's not there. And the second one is just there for design. I haven't actually read it yet, but I've read everything else on these shelves. I only put books on my shelves if I love them. That small little green book was my mom's Little Mermaid when she was a kid, and it's mine now, so that's pretty cool. Moving on, we have 2 large My Little Ponies, more sparkly My Little Ponies, and Littlest Pet Shops and minis. A full collection of Night World. Well, what is out now? I'm still waiting on the next book, girl. Where are you? It's so good, and this set is beautiful. Next, we have some more fantasy. Up at the top corner, we have Helena Price, Brave Witch, which that series is really fun so far. I can't wait to get the rest of them. I also recommend Marjorie and Lou's Tiger Eye. It's a fun series as well. Down to the right, we have the Fallen Siren series, which is about a siren who is cursed to save children, and she has to continuously save people and never fall in love in order to pay her debt with Demeter for letting Persephone get kidnapped. It's interesting. I wish it would have been longer because the series was cut off way before its time. Continuing onward, on my outermost shelf to the right, I have historical, romance, a plushie, a lot of trinkets, and for some reason Pluto. I love all of these romances. I have to say Halfway Perfect is a standout. It's about the dark sides of the modeling industry. We have some actor romances to love Jason Thorne and Just the Sexiest Man Alive. We have some more acting romances where there is this whole collection called the Accidental series. Each one is very short. They're very fun and cute and adorable. The first one was about being an extra on a major film set and being in the movie. The second one was about cooking for a famous actor and being a part of a cooking TV show. The third one is about an action star, and the fourth one is about falling in love with a singer. Going down a line, we have my Spies Dachshunds shelf. All of these Littlest Pet Shops are real. I paid quite a pretty penny for Savvy on the top middle, if you know what she is or where she's from. It's from LPS Popular. A lot of people don't know about that. Some people don't even care, but there you go. Fun fact of the day. On this shelf, I have all of Amazing Agent Luna omnibuses, plus Amazing Agent Jennifer. Amazing Agent Luna is hilarious. It's funny and it's adorable. It's about this girl who's a spy who's trying to go through her life school, and she's very cute and adorable, and if you're looking for a fun adventure, I say read Amazing Agent Luna. And Spy Family is up to date currently. Going to the next shelf, First Grave on the right by Darian Jones, which is about this girl who can see ghosts falling in love with someone you wouldn't quite expect. It's very fun and I enjoyed it a lot. In the bottom corner, we have quite a few My Little Ponies, a fuzzy Littlest Pet Shop. There's another My Little Pony. She's pink jelly type, so I feel she matches with the cover, so that's why she's up there. Moving over, we have a plushie on top in another Littlest Pet Shop. Going downward, we have the Red Queen series. I only kept the first one because it's a special edition and it's very beautiful, but the books went downhill from there. I have the Ruby Red trilogy. Amazing. Watch the movies as well. You can watch the first one in English, the rest are in German, but you can get subtitles. Jennifer Lynn Barnes' The Inheritance games. I haven't read the rest of them. I hope to own them one day and read them. So far, I just haven't picked it up. Next, The Archived and the Unbound by Victoria Schwab. Both are amazing. I wish she would continue the series, but I don't think she ever will. Next, we have Wait by Liza McMahon. Whenever she falls asleep, she ends up in people's dreams. To the right, we have a blue Snoopy from Knott's Berry Farm. Another My Little Pony and two more Littlest Pet Shops. The Natural series. Wonderful. I recommend you read it. It's very underrated. It's like Criminal Minds, but with kids. Downwards, I have the Body Finder series. Absolutely adore it. I should read the rest of them. I only have the first two. It's about this girl who can see imprints of something that has died, and the same person or thing that has killed it would have an equal imprint. So she can find killers and starts to work for different people and just solve mysteries. Next, we have Tithe and Ironside by Holly Black. Splintered, Unhinged, and Ensnared by A.G. Howard. The ending of this series hurts. It's like she decided to go the easy way out and had both male leads win in some sort of way when I felt like only one truly deserved to win. I'm a little biased, if you can't tell. There's some more Little Pet Shops up there. Tree of Life, and some more Littlest Pet Shops down here. This next shelf is my Short Hair Cat and Chanda Shrine. All of these Littlest Pet Shop cats are real or custom fakes. For instance, those two are custom fakes, whereas the rest are real. That black cat is crowned and sitting on a cute little chair that my friend gave me when we were in color guard together. That cow is Mr. Mooington, and up above we have some more Littlest Pet Shops. Again, all of them are real, except for the two custom fakes, being that one right there and that one in the center of those two. I love all of her books, and I wish I owned all of them. I've read the Neverwood Chronicles 3 times, and Underland and Underlord multiple times as well. I'm rereading her newest series, which is These in the Corner. The covers are absolutely beautiful. Each cover is unique. Each one follows a story about one of the 7 sisters who are the daughters of Evil Lee. They're loosely based off of pre-existing stories, as in this one is based off The Little Mermaid. A little bit. It's wonderful. I highly recommend these books. They're very formulaic, but in a fun way, to the point where I could never get tired of them. Going down a shelf, we have another manga shelf. I have the Apothecary Diaries. I don't think it's fully up to date yet. I believe 7th is the newest one, but I could be very wrong. We have Tsum Tsums. I had a whole collection. If you didn't notice by now, I'm a collector. And now I only have these guys left. Urara was the first manga series I ever collected, and it was very difficult to find all 5 of them. I was so proud when I went to different half-price bookstores and found them all. Tale of the Secret Saint is adorable though. It's about this girl who's very powerful and decides to be a knight, except she saves what she thinks is a black bird and turns out it's a dragon. So she befriends a dragon and is one of the strongest magical mythological creatures by her side and just still wants to be a knight. It's kind of funny, kind of cute. Going onwards, we have the 7th time loop. Illness enjoys a carefree life married to her worst enemy. Want to get the rest of them? It's been fun so far. We have in the back Villainous Destined to Die. Highly recommend that manhwa. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. It's about this girl who's pretty much living a video game, and she can't talk freely. She has to talk through the choices that are on the screen, and she has to up everybody's love or like bars of her so that she doesn't die, because everywhere she turns there's a death flag. By Raylina ended up in the Duke's mansion is very cute as well. It's a typical manhwa, but I really enjoy it. I love all of these cute little My Little Ponies. There's some more sparkly ones. Moving on to over there. Over here is my dark mythological shelf. The whole thing is organized on vibes more than anything else, but I feel this one can definitely be mythology and darkness, I guess. So starting over here, we have mermaids with Emerge by something Easton. Forgive My Fins by Sarah Lynn Childs. Siren by Kira Cass. Sweet Venom by Sarah Lynn Childs as well. Fully recommend that one. That was a really fun series. It's about these triplets who are Medusa's descendants, and these girls have to send mythological creatures back to where they came from. They learn that not every creature is evil and not every god is good. This is one of my all-time favorite book series. It's Wake, also known as the Water Songs series. Love 'em to death. Very dark mythological creature energy. We have dark sirens, who are mixed between birds, mermaids, and other creatures who have talons and fins and feathers, and they can turn into humans. They can sing songs to lure sailors or anyone really to their death or to do their bidding. They're wild, have to commit murder and eat someone's heart every now and then in order to survive. You get a lot of different point of views, and you learn more about the main character and her sister and these four sirens who betrayed Demeter, how they deal with their curse, and how this poor girl gets roped into being a siren even though she never wanted it in the first place. I loved it. There's a lot of teen drama, to be sure, but I adored it. Continuing onward, we have Before I Fall, which is a movie as well. It's by Lauren Oliver. Highly recommend watching the movie or reading the book. The Girl from Everywhere, which is a duology about a time traveling and adventure traveling ship where you take the ship to any destination really, as long as you have a map. And when you make it to that destination, there'll be supernatural creatures, different stories. They fight a kraken, find a mermaid, and sail the ocean blue, I guess. It was a really fun duology. I read it and my mom read it. Nobody by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. It's about this girl who is different than most, and this guy who is equally as different. And this guy, he's an assigned hitman, and he's supposed to kill her. But they find each other and they fall in love instead. Nearly Gone by Ellie Cosimano. I think it's a duology. I read the first book and I didn't love the second one as much, and the first one for me had a solid conclusion, so I read the next one. It's interesting how she finds different letters and different notes telling her where to go, what to do, and giving her hints as to who's gonna die next. I tried to figure some of them out myself, and honestly they were a little difficult. Next is The Coldest Girl in Coal Town. A lot of people are on defense about that one, to be honest. I really loved it. Some of Holly Black's books I will probably never read, and she's definitely not my favorite author, but I really loved this book. I thought it was a fun adventure. You meet a lot of people who are vampires. I'm pretty sure she's on the run from vampires, and she is different herself. Not quite sure about that though. Anyway, The Lonely Dead by April Henry, about this girl who can see ghosts, and she found the dead body of her ex-best friend. I feel maybe best friend. I think it's ex-best friend. And she's trying to solve how she died. Ripple is another siren book that I enjoyed. Panicked by Lauren Oliver. Amazing book. I absolutely love what they did with the TV show though. It's on Amazon Prime. Highly recommend. It's slightly different to the book, and that's why I enjoyed it so much. I loved who she fell in love with compared to in the book, because in the book that ending was not as satisfying as I hoped. In the show, oof, my heart, I love it. I loved it so much. The Best the Boys by Mary Weber. Highly enjoyed it. It hit in my labyrinth heart because I love the labyrinth. Every mythology having to do with it, with Ariadne, I guess Jason, and the Minotaur and all that jazz that wasn't fully explored in this book. This book was really fun though. It's about this girl who pretends to be a boy in order to compete in the labyrinth with the guys. To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo, I feel like that's correct. I could be very wrong. I loved it, adored it. Some of my favorite mermaid books right there. And we have The Lost Causes, which is kind of just like The Breakfast Club, but slightly different. Now let's talk accessories on what I have on the shelf. I have down here a fuzzy Scotty, a lot of Persian cats. I find them to be cute and adorable. This one has a matching Persian cat here. And then we have a fuzzy little lot bunny there. That was my first ever Littlest Pet Shop I fully fell in love with. I lost her at the pool one day and it was heartbreaking. And I got another lot bunny of her, and I'm never going to lose her ever again, I hope. Going upwards, we have those two My Little Pony friends. We've got Gummy, is it an alligator or a crocodile? I couldn't tell you. And then another alligator or crocodile friend who has a horn for some reason. Next, we have this giant plush Cheeto. I love him. He's amazing. This magical Persian cat with a jukebox for some reason sitting on this cute little chair. This purple Persian with a little purple mouse. And then in the far corner, we've got this black, white, and blue orca. All right, and that's this shelf. Moving on to the next shelf. This is my Lovebug shelf in older young adult books. This is how I originally read the Night World series. I love and adore that series so much. That's why I have 2 copies of it, because it's so dear to my heart. On the shelf, I own all of the Lovebugs and a few caterpillars. Down in the right corner, the Paranormalicy trilogy, which I also adore. It's about this girl who lives in this little institute where she's similar to Supernatural, the TV show, in the sense that she hunts down supernatural beings, but she herself could be supernatural. When she figures that out, it's a bit of an adventure from there. You learn that even though she thought she knew everything, she truly knew nothing in the big scheme of things. You learn more about Faye. In each book, she falls in love with this guy, but does she really love him and does he really love her? And it's a lot of fun drama. Right above that, I have Rachel Vincent's Soul Screamers series, which I'm reading through right now. I read the first 3 a really long time ago, and I decided I should buy the rest of the books and reread the whole series. I just read book 4. I have a reading vlog up, so go check that out if you'd like to. It's a wild adventure, each book having to do with a large mystery having to be solved. The main character, who's a banshee, figuring out she's a banshee, what her powers mean, how to control them, and falling in love and falling out of love along the way. In this far corner, we have 2 Lovebugs on a love seat. These are the first Lovebugs I've owned, and then the obsession grew from there. That was the last one I ever bought. That's a cute caterpillar. She gives me margarita vibes, and I don't know why. Another adorable little caterpillar going upwards. I love the one in the center, and the 2 on the edges are very pretty as well. We have a black and white one, which is fairly similar to the first one I showed you, except the eyes are different. Then we have these 2 little guys judging me forever in the background for my financial decisions, which is fully understandable, because, oof. So yeah, that's this shelf. Going down a shelf to the left of here is a TBR cart. This is my graphic novel shelf for DC and Dark Horse. Let's start with the little guys accenting the shelf. Over here we've got Spider-Man that I got from work when I worked at a movie theater, and then to the right of him we have the Comic-Con cat, which is not real. I am not willing to pay over $1,000 for a littlest pet shop. Anyway, let's check out the graphic novels. I have Harleen, which I really love. This cover, it's a little wild, you know? 2 very distinct, very different faces. So you have Harleen, lives in her mind, and Miss Harley Quinn in the front. But I definitely don't ship Harley and the Joker. I ship Harley and Poison Ivy, and I feel like this one does it a little bit of justice for me. Look at Ivy, she's straight up gorgeous. And Harley, I'm so happy she got married in one of the comics because they're so cute together. Okay, so here are some of my Harley Quinn stuff. I've read this series and I didn't love it as much as I hoped. I got sick of it fairly quickly. Then to the right of that is some more Harley. This one I'm debating about getting rid of, to be honest. I didn't love it as much as I thought I would. Moving on from there, we have all of my Batgirls. Batgirl of Burnside, which is a very fun version of her. I have to say, I really do love it. This Batgirl is very, very dark by Gail Simone. A lot of people don't love this one, but I, to be honest, want to get the rest of them, and I really want to read them. And then we have my Stephanie Brown. I love her to bits. It's amazing how she is trying to be a good version of Batgirl while also going through college and trying not to let anyone down. There's a lot of stuff weighing on her back, and I love her for that. Then we have Satana by Paul Dini. She's so amazing. I love Zatanna. Same as Constantine, and there's gonna be a new Constantine coming out soon, and I'm very excited to watch that movie. This one wasn't that good. Black Canary and Zatanna. The only reason I'm keeping it is because I love Black Canary and Zatanna. But this one really wasn't the favorite. DC Comics Bombshells, which was a fun adventure. It was cute. I don't know if I'll ever get the rest of them, but it was fun. I have these 2 volumes of Starfire when she had her own series, which was very short-lived. It was cut off right after the 2nd volume came out. Tales from the Umbrella Academy. Also love the TV show. That's this shelf. Let's continue onward this way. 3 hardcover Marvel graphic novels. We have Spider-Woman's Origins, which it was interesting. Definitely didn't love it though. We have The Killing Dream with X-23. Absolutely loved it. Then we have Cloak and Dagger, Child of Darkness, Child of Light. Absolutely adore Cloak and Dagger. I have an omnibus and I've yet to read it, so hopefully I'll get to it one day. Little friend over here in the far corner. If you see in her ear, there's tar on it, and I found her at the beach. She's a really old generation My Little Pony, and that was the first My Little Pony I ever owned. We have a newer generation of the same pony, except this one I found at the park. We have Minty and another Minty. I used to watch the Minty Christmas movie every single Christmas, and to be honest, I probably still watch it every single Christmas. It's really adorable and I love it. Now, this is a lot. These are all Littlest Pet Shops, as you can probably see. Each and every one of them are real, except for that one in the far corner, which is a fake of the one right next to it. I really love these wolf cats. I would love to own every single one of them. There's some more short hairs in the back. Those ones are adorable. I really love that purple one with the pink hearts in her ears and that pink sparkly one on the end. Ooh, there's a custom fake in the mix right there. And that one I just decided to DIY with some sparkly nail polish. And next to her, those 2 are very cute as well. They're Cocker Spaniels. Those are some new Littlest Pet Shops. A Swan and a King Spaniel. That's a special edition. You can tell by the purple, I wanted to say cutie mark. I've been talking about My Little Ponies too much. The purple LPS sign and the paw print on her tail. And more My Little Ponies. Going to the next shelf. I love how colorful the spines of manga are. They're so stunning just to look at, and together it makes me very happy. Anyway, let's talk accessories. This shelf is decked out with My Little Pony. Up here I have the main 6, but they're very, very sparkly. You can see there's Twilight Sparkle in her princess era. Here are the rest of my sparkly little friends. And then downwards we have her and her. Now let's talk volume, starting off with Saint Tail. I love the story so much. I would love to own the rest of them, but I highly doubt that will ever happen. Onward, we have Cheeky Brat Volume 1. Would love to own the rest, just haven't gotten around to it. Here we have Maid Sama. Oh my gosh, Usui has my heart, and I think they're adorable together. Mew Mew Power, or Tokyo Mew Mew. I have Zodiac PI, which I was very happy to find. I got it off Depop. Ghost Reaper Girl, which is also fun. I want to get the rest, but I haven't. Phantom Thief Jenny. This has a very special place in my heart. Highly recommend the anime and the manga. It's so adorable. Their love is amazing. And I really want the 5th volume. Where is it? Time Stranger Kyoko is by the same mangaka, which is Arina Tanimura. Might have mispronounced that. If I have, I apologize. I love her art style. It's very adorable. Saint Dragon Girl is so fun. I loved volume 1 and I hope to own the rest of them as well. And now we're gonna go down a shelf. This is where the tripod stops, so we're gonna have to go handheld on the next shelf. For now, this is the angle we're going to deal with. Anyway, this shelf has a lot of DC Ink graphic novels and a Marvel graphic novel, and this one I couldn't really tell you what it is, but it gives similar vibes, so that's why it's here. Sabrina the Teenage Witch has a special place to my heart. I love her, and I found the graphic novels to be very fun. I would love there to be more. The origin stories are very different than what they were originally. I still recommend them. They're fun, and the artwork is beautiful. This one on the corner is a favorite of mine. Models Inc., which I highly recommend. We have all these different models. If you guys know, Millie the model was invented. This is what she originally looked like. after World War II. And this is what she looks like in this version. It's based off fashion magazines, and you have all these different models trying to deal with their lives and also saving the day. It's a very interesting graphic novel, and I love the little tidbits of information about each character and the fashion magazine stuff. Anyway, highly recommend. Also recommend Katie Keene. This one was really cute, really short and very quick and to the point. There was a TV show, but I've never watched it. Does anyone know if it was any good? We have 2 volumes of From Far Away, and these volumes are so rare. I would love for them to be reprinted. They deserve to be reprinted and loved by the masses. Anyway, From Far Away is about this young girl who ends up in a different dimension. It's an isekai type story, and their love is to die for. Honestly, it's so adorable. I can't. I just can't express how much I want to read the rest of them and own them physically. I've read most of it online on some sketchy websites, but still, I love the story and I highly recommend everybody read them. Let's talk all of my little friends accenting the shelf. Down in the bottom corner, we have an old version of Rainbow Dash, 2 Littlest Pet Shop Chihuahuas, and then over here we have my Orange Crush snake. Downwards we have Sparkly Snake, and then another snake. This one is red with red sparkles on top. Anyway, that's all for this shelf. Let's go to the next. This shelf is as wild as the shelf above it. Here I have all my Marvel graphic novels. In the far corner is some comic books. I have 2 volumes of Spider-Woman and 2 volumes of Elektra. Avengers Arena was interesting to say the least. Didn't love it. Don't really hate it though, so it's kind of just like, you know, it's just a meh. I love Silk so much. Amazing Mary Jane. I wish there were more volumes. We have Spider-Man and Black Cat. There's a Black Cat omnibus out right now, and I would love to buy it. Silk out of the Spider-Verse collection. I love her entirely. She's definitely one of the favorites. Same with Spider-Girl and Spider-Gwen. Spider-Girl is one of the alternate versions of Peter when he marries Mary Jane and they have a daughter. And I love her. She's very fun. She has spider powers of her own that are slightly different than her father's. Next we have X-23, the complete collection, volume 1 and 2. I love X-23. There's an X-23 omnibus out, but they have the borders thing going on, which is atrocious to look at, so I'm pretty happy that I own this version instead. Let's talk accessories, starting with the far corner. I have Pinkie Pie and Rarity in sparkle form. We also have a cute little bowl who's very sparkly. Moving this way, we have my stamp set. I stamp all the books I've read under lock and key. We have more My Little Ponies. Both of those are Twilight. And then we have this cute little dog. In that box, we have like really, really miniature Littlest Pet Shops. I'm not gonna pull them out because then I'd have to put them away, but you know the really tiny ones? Those 2, which are adorable. He's a fakie, but a very realistic fake. Here's a lot of My Little Ponies. Some sparkly ones. 2 Littlest Pet Shop fakes. Some more sparkly My Little Ponies and some regular ones. Custom fakes. And then up here are fakes, because I don't own any real Great Danes. I wish I did. Anyway, that's this shelf. Let's move on to the next shelf. Down here, I have these Littlest Pet Shops. I love that snow leopard. I think she's beautiful. That one over there has a little mark on its flower, which kills me. This beautiful Yona of the Dawn Volume 1. There's another little Cupid. And this amazing Littlest Pet Shop looks gorgeous, doesn't she? And then you flip her around and she was destroyed in the mail, so that fully broke my heart. But you can't tell because I cleaned her up pretty well. In the back I have more Yona of the Dawn. In the back corner we have another pony up there. In the full collection of Kiss of Abigail, we have 3 volumes of Kiss of the Rose Princess. I was the villainess and the boys still love me. I'm reincarnated as a villainess, so I'm taming the final boss. Some more My Little Ponies. That special edition tiger I paid a pretty penny to own, and it kind of hurt my soul, but you know, she's gorgeous, so it's okay. Over there, the yellow one with the pink hair, her name's Flippity Flop, and she has flip-flops on her flank, which is really adorable. Skippy is so fun. In order to become more famous than her ex, she starts in acting and ends up falling in love with it. And I really love that for her. It's a fun story and I highly recommend it. It's very long though. I wish I could own all the volumes of Skippy and Yearn of the Dawn, but there's a lot of them. Moving to the right, we have Hanakimi. I would love the rest of those as well, but I don't think they've been reprinted in a while. They should be soon. I'm not sure. It's where a girl pretends to be a guy in order to go to this guy's school to meet this dude that she's been crushing on, or that wolf boy of mine. It's cute as well. It's kind of similar to Fruits Basket, but I'd say the wolf boy of mine is better. That's a hot take. I don't know, but I didn't really love Fruits Basket, so. Anyway, this is the shelf. Moving on to the next one. This is handheld, so I'm going to be trying my best. On this shelf, we have this big editions of Inuyasha. I used to watch the anime with my mom. I don't know if I'm going to get the rest of the volumes, but I did love Inuyasha. Mermaid Saga is so fun, so dramatic, so scary. There's so many different adventures in that. Moving to Red River. I have quite a few of the volumes. Honestly, I didn't love Red River because all of the characters look the same. All of the guy characters look the same. Even the girl characters look the same, except for the main character. She's very standoutish. But her boyfriend, he looks the same as everybody else, so I never know if she's talking to the guy's brother, evil dude, or his mother. So that was a little confusing. I feel like this series should be reprinted because a lot of people love it, but I didn't love it as much as I hoped I would. I love From Far Away so much more. Anyway, let's talk everything else. On all my shelves, I use tissue boxes in order to make the extra space. Up there, I have this cute little hammerhead shark. He's like a jelly hammerhead shark. And then there's a littlest Pet Shop whale. That's a Canadian edition. We have 2 more whales, a seashell, and a lot of seahorses. That's a crab. And then 2 more seahorses. Anyway, that's the shelf. Moving on to the next shelf. On this shelf, I have my omnibuses. So I have Gwenpool, which I finished reading and I loved it. Also, look at that cute little dinosaur. And when she got her pet shark, oh my god, her land shark, to die for. Spider-Gwen, I adore her. Up here, we have this cute little penguin. Down there, we have 2 My Little Ponies. 2 more My Little Ponies. There's Minty and Nurse Joy. And then here we have, I think they're Yorkies. I'm pretty sure they're Yorkies. 2 Yorkies, Littlest Pet Shops. There is the second book in the duology, The Ship Beyond Time, which is a part of The Girl from Everywhere. We have Dreamology, which is about this girl who sees this guy in her dreams and turns out the dude's real. Crazy. Lost Girls, which has to do with forgetting an entire year and a half of her life. And street fighting that isn't really in the streets. And in a way, drugs, I guess. It's a very interesting book and I found it at a thrift store and I just decided to give it a read and I actually really enjoyed it. Up there is a Pink Swan and then Hexed Omnibus, which I don't really know how I feel about that. It wasn't the worst book. I'm more confused than anything else, but it was a fun adventure. And then to the right of that, I have a box of more miscellaneous Littlest Pet Shop My Little Ponies. And that's about it on the shelf. This is my very last shelf, and you've made it through the whole tour. Down here, we have the college dictionary. It's very chonky. I said I was going to read every single page to expand my vocabulary. Did I actually read the whole dictionary? No, not at all. There's a fake book, which is cool. Down there is just like a sticker sheet. Up there, we have this cute little monkey from the Philippines. There's a notepad back there. Daughter of Smoke and Bone. There's Scotty and another Scotty. I want to reread that so I can get the rest of them. I read it originally through the library, so I only own the first one. I don't remember a lot of the story, so I want to give it a good reread. We have Famous Last Words. Highly recommend. Fame, Murder in Hollywood. Yes, please.
And then Dream a Little Dream by Kirsten Gier, who's the same author who did Ruby Red. Ruby Red is one of my favorite books, so I read Kirsten Gier's Dream a Little Dream, and to be honest, this one was so fun, but the second one was kind of a letdown, so I might reread it to see if I'll enjoy it more, but stick with Ruby Red. Ruby Red is so much better. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed talking. Have a good day, guys. Bye.